Okay. Recording intro quest for Astrologian. Greetings and welcome to the Astrologicum. Perhaps you are drawn by fate to this place of learning. Or perhaps you wish to know more of fate itself. Wish to know more of fate, yes. You are wise to come hither, for in the stars are written the fates of every woman and man on Heidelin. It was there in the stars that I read a man would call upon the Athenium this very day. A man who would play an important role in my own life. My own life. But my apologies. Even the most skilled reader cannot scry a name from the heavens. Would you be so kind as to give me yours, so that I might know who is to be my newest protege? Yes, please. Johnakina. Harris. Well, I was not expecting that, but what is a name but an attempt by our begetters to wield power over the lives of their sons and daughters? Lives whose paths have already been foretold. In a sense, that is. My name is Johnakina de Durender. I am an astrologian for the Holy See. Remember that name, for it shall echo forevermore in the annals of Ishgardian history. Well, it will be once I put it there. Once we put it there. Stairway to the heavens. Now, where to begin? Suppose I could consult my divining deck for an answer. That would be too easy now, wouldn't it? Very well, at the beginning it is. Astrology, or the reading of the stars, is a branch of theological science which originated in distant Charlian. There have been astrologians in Ishgard for thousands of years, but it wasn't until 3 centuries ago when Adenel the Younger learned that the movement of the stars could also be used to foresee the movements of the Dravanian horde that the field became popular. Since then, what was once a single science is bifurcated into 2 similar yet ultimately different schools of learning. The Charlian school of astrology and the Ishgardian school, the former placing a focus on tapping celestial ether and transforming it into beneficial magics, or astromancy, the latter specializing solely in determining the actions of our dragon enemies to the north. I'm a student of the former, the only student of the former here in Ishgard, and have been actively seeking a partner with whom to conduct my research. Let's just say that my fellow astrologians have been less than approving of my path, simply because they are afraid of what they do not know. Once they do know of how Charlian astrology can benefit the sea and its soldiers, they will feel foolish for ever having doubted me. Us. You will be joining me, will you not? Walking the path that has been laid out before you, instead of stubbornly denying your fate, postponing the inevitable. See, you wasted no time in making your decision. Like I always say, the stars are never wrong. Alas, even a lifetime of study and training cannot unlock all the secrets written in those stars. Myself, I have been a student of the astromantic arts for more summers than I can count, and I still often misread the signs shown to me in the skies. Though my readings are far more accurate now than they were when I attended the Athenium in Charlian. Not the Charlian, mind you, a colony that once thrived in the Dravanian hinterlands. I could recall my time there like it was but yesterday. First 6 moons, I was not even allowed to touch the deck of 60. Let alone conduct a reading with the major arcana. Most of my time was spent in the scriptorium transcribing old tomes on astrological fundamentals such as the 6 elemental houses. Divine duplicity, class triplicity, house modality and polarity, dignity versus detriment. I abhorred the task and would tirelessly pester my instructors as to when I might actually be granted the opportunity to weave a spell or perform a reading. It wasn't until the end of the 6th moon that I realized all that transcribing had prepared me with the essentials I would need to do those very things. Positions of the celestial bodies within the 6 elemental houses, and the relation to the major and minor arcana of the deck of 60. Therein lie the secrets to tapping the ethereal power locked in the heavens. Soon you too will become privy to these secrets. But not this day. Oh no. I would not have you transcribe musty old tomes like I was once forced to do. No, the task I have for you is much more interesting. You see, I'm expecting the arrival of a very important guest. My old mentor from the studium has agreed to make the journey from the old world to Ishgard. Speak to the Holy See regarding the implementation of Charlian astrological techniques in city-state defense. Alas, the professor and his party are now fully 7 days late in arriving, and have begun to worry for their safety. Should be obliged, therefore, if you would inquire of the other astrologians here at the Athenium if they had heard aught. Why would Lord Chenekinard think I had information on the whereabouts of a handful of unbelievers from across the blood-brine sea? I'm an astrologian, not a fortune-teller. Cannot simply look to the stars and scribe the location of the Viscount's guests. Unless his guests are dragons, that is. But if anyone knew aught, it would be the observatorium. We here at the Athenaeum are but students dedicated to research. Those with any influence in our field are assigned to the astroscope. Hello. Let me guess, the good Lord Janekinard said he saw you in a vision, and that the stars told him you were to study Charlian astrology with him. Am I close? Must be the 100th of his little pest to pester me this week alone. I harbor no ill will towards ignorant unbelievers unlucky to find themselves caught up in this talk of stars and fortunes. You may have heard that. You may tell that sorry excuse for an astrologian, for the umpteenth time, that I have heard naught concerning his imaginary friends from faraway Charlian. Just do not tell the Viscount I called him a sorry excuse for an astrologian, all right? Who's that? Oh, outside. Janekinard is still waiting for word on his missing Charlians instead of actually making an effort to find them, is he? Of course he is. Did any wonder that in the nearly 15 years since he's returned from Charlian, his skill in astromancy has remained unchanged? And you wonder that he has never yet managed to convince a single peer of the value of his Charlian school. He's a privileged little sprat who spends more time gazing at the stars in young maiden's eyes than actually trying to read the ones above his head. All right. Tell the poor man I just returned from the observatorium, and one night at the communal feasting hall, happened to overhear Chief Astrologian Folamort speaking with one of his aides regarding Charlian. I was visibly upset, and I wasn't about to risk my career over something I care little about. I merely put my head down and ate my beet soup. That is all I know, and you did not hear it from me. So, bad news. Master Folamort? I thought this day could not get any worse. Huh? Oh no, I'm not suggesting that meeting you in any way has been unfortunate. It's just that, it may not be in our best interest to be seen together as of yet. There's certain people in the sea who do not approve of my studies. Couple that with the fact that you are an outsider and an unbeliever, and some people may come to the wrong conclusions. We must act with caution until we can prove our intentions are just for the good of all Ishgard. So I must ask you to travel to the observatorium alone and meet me there. To Camp Dragonhead. Me. Rocky road, take me home. Hello. Harris. Allow me to apologize again for not accompanying you here. For our business with the Chief Astrologian, you may leave the talking to me. Janekinard. Might have known it would be you. Who else would be so indecent as to drag an outsider to this holy place of observation? You've always had an unhealthy obsession with the foreign. It's why you are worthless to the Athenaeum now as... It is why you are as worthless to the Athenaeum now as you were when you returned from that heathen city a decade and a half since. But the stars, they can serve us in other ways than merely revealing when the Horde will attack. Powers can be tapped. The ether within can be used for... Either should be left be. History taught you not about the folly of the Nimians, the Amdapori, the Magi. Mine uncle, the Charlians have been wielding astromancy for ages without disrupting ethereal balance. Its power, combined with Ishgardian astrology, could be what is needed to turn the tide of this 1,000-year conflict. Moreover, I have reason to believe that our masters at the Vault agree. They have given me their blessing to continue my research. I did not come to trade barbs with you, Nuncle. Let us say that for another time. I'm here because it has come to my attention that you may have information as to the whereabouts of Professor Mace and his party from Charlian. someone who says he is not here to trade barbs, you've been quite generous in your dealing of them today. Means you will leave and allow me to return to my work, then I'd be more than happy to let you know that information has found its way to my desk just yesterday morning. Serpent Reaver sightings and foul weather prevented the professor's ship from entering the Strait of Merlthor, where they would have made their way up the Maiden into Kurthus. After detouring around the south of Vilbrin, they finally disembarked at Vesper Bay, where they took the land route along the Royal Allegan Sunway to the Black Shroud. It is there, it seems, that lost their way. A lost Astrologian. Ha! It is as my morning predicted. Dalamud was in detriment in the House of Spire while the Spire while ascending over the Ecliptic. Harris, you must journey to the Black Shroud and assist Professor Mace. Allow me to introduce you to Kimperane. He is my personal manservant and shall accompany you. Aye. He is not one for conversation, but his sword arm is amongst the best in all the pillars. He should see you safe if any danger were to befall you, and something tells me danger lurks on the horizon. It is a pleasure to serve you, my lord. I shall make haste to Quarry Mill and await you there. Off to Quarry Mill. Oh, hello. My lord, I have questioned the residents of this hamlet and learned that a party of queerly dressed outsiders passed through not but a bell ago. It should not prove overly difficult to find them now. But before we begin, might I ask a moment of your time? I would not dare utter aught ill of my master, but his recent fixation with finding a protege, I believe it ill-considered. His passion, however pure, has left him with more than one enemy within the astrological community. What Folomort has seen to this. Fear not only for how his name might be sullied, but for his life. I beg of you, pray do not drag him any further down into this quagmire. Let him quietly dabble in his dream, but let it remain at that, a dream. No good will come of encouraging him. It will only hurt the Viscount and his family. You must remember that while I serve Lord Genekinard, it is his uncle and the Count who employs me. Now, as the task at hand, I suggest we find the wayward travelers and hurry back to our respective hearths. I shall lead, but I ask you to take the rear and see that none might take us unawares. Okay. Oh my, what happened here? These are the Charlians we seek, and it appears they have found themselves some trouble. Unhand my grandfather! Ah, feisty. I'll fetch a fine price for that one from the pleasure barge captains. Sparkle, sparkle. The soul has spoken. Quick, while they're not looking. Grab the old man. These wizard types carry on them all manner of gemmed baubles and golden trinkets. Up, or I'll toss you to the snakes. You want to see the old man again, you leave us the girl. Try anything and he's dead. Wait! Grandfather's soul crystal. Why would he leave it here, surrendering any power he might have had to free himself from those bandits? Unless you were the one he saw in his reading before we left the old world. That was more than a moon ago. Grandfather scribed from the card that he would serve as the bridge for countless souls to be passed to another. Might you be that other? The men of the forests are careless. Tracking them will be no difficult feat. I shall follow and strike before they have time to regroup in numbers. Stars have spoken and lay their path not before you, but before the adventurer here. Like, here, take it. You must take the soul of the Astrologian and place it near your heart. Listen to the tales of those who walked before you. Know their journeys as you do your own. As for the tools you require and the knowledge needed to wield them, I, Leveva, shall see to those matters. You saw there was no fear in my grandfather's eyes when the bandits took him. That is because he has seen you come to his rescue. Our lives were written in the stars long before we trod upon this land. It is not by chance that you stand here today with the soul of the Astrologian in your hand. It is fate. Me. Starstruck. Cool. Oh, now you record. God damn it. Okay. Level 30 Astro Quest. Fortune favors the bowl.
Yeah.
Should actually turn up my game audio here a little bit.
Yeah.
Ow.
Now listen carefully, for we haven't much time. Star Globe, which you hold, is both your sword and shield. It will grant you strength as well as protection. Most important of all, it will grant you insight into the current location of the stars, enabling you to channel the heavens' ether into your body for use in all manner of magic. The better attuned you become with the heavens and their malefic and benefic bodies, better the ether might be manipulated to bring succor or pain. But as you already know, the Star Globe is not the only tool an astromancer has at his disposal. Yes, the Arcana, and more specifically, the 6 major Arcana play a defining role in what type of astrologian you will become. Any layman will tell you that the cards can predict a man's future. This is both true and untrue. It is not the future that a card predicts, but the card influencing the man so that a certain future becomes more attainable. Seeking to tell a man's fortune, you draw a card from your deck. Upon reading the card, you scry that the man will be victorious in a coming battle. What is it that brings this man his victory, but either tap from one of the lower 6 heavens, granting the man strength, making it all that much easier for him to overcome his enemy. Of course, what card is drawn is linked directly to a target's destiny, as well as yours. Are you the one who will see this man to fortune, or will you lead him to downfall? All depends on your reading. Normally, I would not dare cover so much in a first lesson, but it is my grandfather who has placed his life in your hands. I am not about to watch him have his throat slit because you cannot tell the face of an Arcana from its back. We have 2 seemingly capable soldiers here to take the brunt of the bandits' blows. Allow them to carve a trail of carnage while you convince the stars to nudge the 2 in a direction favorable to my kin. I understand this must be a lot to digest, but if you are ever to become a capable astrologian, you must believe in the path laid out before you. In your power to read it, follow it, and ultimately control it. Take some time to acclimate yourself to your new abilities, and let me know when you're ready to begin. And I've already done so. Let us begin the solo duty.
Yeah.
Woo, have fun. Oh, crap.
I don't know if you were going to share your screen or not, but...
Yep. 1 second. Me.
Boom!
Kaboom!
Yeah, I did lemon break. Hooray! Give it to the dancer.
Yep.
Yep.
Had fun playing with cards.
I see in your eyes that you are ready. Whether that actually makes you ready or not, only time will tell. Time, unfortunately, is something we no longer have in abundance. Let us take to the shadows and find out where these bandits are holding my grandfather. May the stars be our guide. Now, I hear they're planning another Astro rework.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, along with Dragoon.
Dragoon I can say about Astro?
I mean, to be fair, Astro still has an assload of buttons,
That's true, we do.
and that desperately needs to change.
Let's see,
Yeah, plus the fact that Astro went from being a combination of barrier and physical, well, just flat out healer to just being a flat out healer now. Yep, took away the barrier part.
Oh, look, a card. Let me target it, please. The balance.
Hey, it's only just 26 buttons we have.
Yeah, only 26.
Hey, we found one of the pieces of Exodia. Oh, wait.
Wrong game.
Oh, that's where that Dick Wada Haga went and threw him when he threw him over the boat. They ended up here.
Alright, let's see.
Rest in peace, Takahashi.
Yep.
Yep. Good guy.
There's not aware we're talking about the guy who made Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yep.
Why don't you just go up and smack him with a few card you have?
Because that's not my ability.
You activated my trap card. Oh, wait.
I'll slap you with my card. Whoosh.
Right arm of Exodia, smack.
Yep. Yeah, it really started out as a concentrating on different various games and went into specifically the card game after that.
Alright, come on. Oh, there you go, thank God.
Bull.
And I'd say it's probably the main reason why I basically stopped with Yu-Gi-Oh! After a while, is the anime, because of the
Oh, great.
such a
That's
reliance on
lovely.
the card game. You just see
Let me go!
rules.
Woo!
There's my 56 to 78 dungeon. What I got?
The leg dungeon.
Yep. Oh, dear friends,
God damn it.
I should warn you. Oh boy.
And bat.
Wow, thanks, machinists.
The Ewer. As in, you were annoying. But
Cool.
You are, as in, you are about to get dumped.
Up. Tank turning poison crazy.
The bowl, as in we're about to bowl them over.
But
Fucking.
Oh. Our Dragoon It's a Lalafell, so that's easy for tank.
What is with the Lalafell hate?
I don't know. You guys started it. I was a Lalafell before, and I was on.
I've played a Lalafell before.
I know.
Hey, I'll say this: the non-player Lalafells in the game, you do have some good ones out there.
Yeah.
The problem is that the bad ones are really, really obnoxious dicks.
True.
Looking at you, Teleji, dirtbag.
Yeah.
Come on.
And actually, I'll give Lola Rito a little bit of a pass,
God.
because, well,
Tank,
A
please.
little bit of a pass.
yeah,
Still a dickbag.
yeah. But he just helped the group out later, so yeah, it's like, yeah, okay, I'll ease up on you. But there's another certain one, or at least one. Looking at you, Missy, leader of the Yellow Jackets.
Oh yeah.
her.
On the road quest. She is a complete snob.
Yeah, snob's a good word for it.
Not to mention completely full of herself.
Oh, absolutely.
Now to name some good ones. Miss Mormel, who operates the quicksand.
Tataru.
Yep, Tataru. Oh yeah,
Cryle.
Pippin.
I
Yeah,
love
Cryle.
Taro.
Yeah, Pippin would be another one.
Pippin, Cryle.
Actually,
Wedge.
yeah,
Yeah,
Wedge.
Wedge.
That's another one.
Papa Limo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Nemo.
Papa Nemo. Before he suicided
Oh,
himself.
Miss,
and I'm gonna have to cut that out. Thank you.
Sultana Rudolph. What happened?
Near Stormblood spoilers.
Oh.
Oops, sorry.
And I'm gonna have to try that again. I don't know what happened.
Oh, you failed?
Yeah. Try that again, shall we?
I believe you can change the settings to make it easier, I believe.
But I don't want to make it easier.
Yeah, I know, I'm just saying you could, but do you really want to?
Now here's one that's not a spoiler because we already know him. This is past that point in the game that he when you Hasa who's dead.
Oh yeah, he's a total douche.
Right, I should draw cards.
Another one who's not a spoiler, but I can never remember her name. The Sultana.
Nanamo?
Yep, not Animo. Yep.
Nanamo's great.
Run away! Run away! Well, the Dragoon's actually doing his job.
Hey.
Being a floor tank. Melee. And tank. Great, she just pull.
Pull.
Yeah, before the tank pulled.
Everybody in a hurry here.
Oh god. Where are you going, tank? Where are you going, tank? Where are you going?
Where you going, tank?
Yeah, it's a Dark Knight tank.
Okay, I just found another target for the FF14 soundboard I'm putting together.
Oh boy.
My Makote's laugh.
Oh, yeah. And boop.
And beep. Dark Knights don't get a lot of ability to give health back, do they?
Nope. Mostly just Soul Eater. Mostly just their 1, 2, 3 combo.
Yeah.
Ow.
And I think Abyssal Drain.
Yeah, Abyssal Drain's another one, yep.
I don't know, my Dark Knight's still 32, so.
Hey, we were talking about voices earlier. My Makote's voice is an example of a good one. It's got the nice mix of out-of-battle voices. None of them are annoying, and then the in-battle ones don't get thrown off as completely old. Makes it half good and half crap.
Nice.
Unfortunately, they kind of dropped the ball on that with some male Fiera voices.
It's- Motherfucker.
And the spider.
Kaboom. Yeah, tanks. Turn the
Alright,
damage.
try this again.
Ooh. Oh, goody.
Spear, which is appropriate because there's a dragon in the park.
Spear.
Okay.
Also, the spear just comes flying out of nowhere and just kills an enemy in one hit.
I don't know why, but Dragoon just gave me his eye buff.
Let's say, what did you go in as?
A void sent.
Oh,
Somebody practicing before being arch.
right, the soul extraction crap.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh yeah, that part. That part was cool.
It is. Moving so slow to control your body sucks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the first one to get to mine.
There we go.
And duty complete.
Gold healer. Healer tank DPS.
I was not told there would be 2 Astrologians. Enough of this. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yep, pretty much.
Yep.
I am Kimperine, in the employ of Lord Janakard, and sent to escort you back to Ishgard. Are you unhurt, my lord? Janakard. Janekinard, you say? Where is my former student? Constant pestering is one of the reasons I agreed to make the long trip from the old world. See none but Kimperine and this adventurer. I too have seen no other. It's like you didn't see those bandits until their knives were up our arses. That is of no matter. It's all as the stars had foretold. Yes, I saw this adventurer long before even setting foot on this accursed continent when the Arcana whispered and told me I would find a worthy successor for my soul crystal. And having witnessed how he eased into his new role, but mere moments after taking up the crystal globe and deck, yes, I knew at once my reading was true, and that this adventurer was the Astrologian I had been seeking. But now let us see if he has the potential for greatness within him.
Ow, ow, ow.
And very sharp old dude.
Look to the skies, Harris, and there you will see 6 stars aglow in pale yellow. This is the bowl. 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 Constellation is thought to be the gate to the first heaven, heaven which holds the world tree, planted by the matron and nurtured by the keeper. The world tree is the source from which all life is said to have sprung. The trunk of the world tree, or the bowl, grants strength to the weak, allowing them to stand firm in the face of adversity. Now open that gate, and its power is yours to command. In ye olden times, that boosted defense. Solid bowl represents a solid foundation. It's not coincidence that this very constellation has risen to mid-heaven at this very moment of a new Astrologian's birth. To think I saw all of this a moon ago, and I am a better reader of fates than I thought. But I just. It's been a long journey, with more than its share of unexpected excitement. I am an old man, and one does not need a deck of Arcana to see that my weary legs will not carry me much longer. Let's make haste to Ishgard, that I may give that ungrateful Janekinard a proper upgrading.
Hashtag Janek, her the dropout boy.
Yeah. Let's head over to Ishgard and give that man what for.
Yep.
Oh.
Hello. Found your mentor. One second.
Burn.
Burn it, burn it, burn, burn.
One second, finishing my lunch.
Yeah, it's fine. Also, yummy!
Oof.
Okay. Janekinard. 15 summers passed and still the flippant clod I lost half my hair tutoring. Being an adventurer to find the men you summoned halfway across Heidelin. Always taking the easy route. And you wonder why you still haven't been able to open the second Heaven's Gate. Allow me to explain, Professor. You see, I was waiting here in case you made it to Ishgard before my manservant and Harris could locate you. Think of the confusion had you arrived here only to find the Athenum empty. Wait, how did you know I haven't opened all the gates? My grandfather is the greatest astrologian in all Charlian. There's naught he doesn't know unless he doesn't wish to know it. Who of all people should know that? Perhaps I was hasty in my decision to remain here and see to your training. Train me? You? What of Professor Mace? Isn't that why he made the journey? My grandfather has already completed his task. Simply came to Ishgard out of courtesy to an old pupil. One who it appears he wasted years on. Yikes. Wasted? What are you implying, my lady? Ah, my dear Laveva, you still do not see it, do you? Without Jeannekinard stumbling into my tutelage nearly 2 decades past, he never would have taken this adventurer under his wing. Sent him to us instead, all as the stars had planned. Soul Crystal! Professor! This adventurer has stolen your soul of the Astrologian. Ever the unobservant, Jean. If this adventurer had stolen my crystal, Laveva would have read up some terrible fate for the lad. No, Harris is my successor. Something I mistakenly thought you might be. Even I cannot see every future, it seems. But do not despair. I have not given up on you completely. Despite your failings, you have tried your best to promote the Charlian School of Astrology here in this den of fools who failed to see aught and all beyond the Dragon Star. I wish to see you continue that fight. That is why I have bade Laveva to remain here and further your and this adventurer's training. I see. This is all rather overwhelming. Might I have some time to consider your words? No, you either continue your training with me and your protege, or you crawl back into obscurity. I will give you both several turns of the sun to study the basics of Charlian astrology. It should not be so hard for you, Jeannekinard, considering you've had a substantial head start. Once you have committed the basics to memory, then return here. In the meantime, I will be traveling in Eorzea, searching for the locations where Harris and you will unlock the remaining Heavens Gates. But you were only recently set upon by bandits. Perhaps traveling alone so soon is unwise. Don't you think I know that? That is why you'll be lending me the services of your able manservant, Kimperain. I will? I will. Yes, of course, Lady Laveva. Anything for the granddaughter of Charlian's finest professor of astrology. Kimperain, you heard the lady. She's like, very well, sir. I love that. I am? Yes, I am. Totally. I don't know why, that's always the funny bit. Just like, what? Yes. Yes, of course. Very good. I shall see my grandfather to the airship landing now, but rest assured that if you neglect your studies, I will know. Not taking any shit.
No.
Okay, next one I think I've done before. I do remember doing more than one of these.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Gotta stop recording.
Oops.
Yeah, each one's getting their own separate recording. It'll be easier that way.
Yeah.
Ugh. Level 35 Astro Quest, Hanging in the Balance. Greetings, Harris. Stars tell me you've been rigorously following Laveva's training regimen. Though I harbor doubts that go out and do things while I traipse about the realm constitutes a regimen. Still, she is all we have, so I suppose we have to make do. And, as the stars would have it, she just sent word that she is ready for us to attempt the opening of the second Heavens Gate. You are aware of the 7 heavens, are you not? So there are 7 realms of the underworld, so too are there 7 realms of the firmament. Each of the first 6 represent one of the 6 basic elements: earth, ice, water, wind, lightning, and fire. 7th and final heaven representing the elements astral polarity. The first 6 heavens are represented by the 6 constellations which each revolve around the pole star. Astrologians of the Charlian school draw on the ether contained in the celestial bodies represented in the constellations by unlocking or opening the gate to heaven that the constellation is correlated with. There's no actual gate. Think of it more as a portal to the soul. You are opening your mind, allowing for attunement with these distant bodies, much like one attunes with an aetheroid, but on a far grander scale. Now, this may come as a revelation. Heidelin is not flat like most believe. It is, in fact, a sphere so large that when we walk upon it, it only appears to be flat. Because it is a sphere, there are some locations better suited than others for observing certain constellations. That is what Leveva is doing right now, finding a location in which the next Heaven's Gate will rise to a position directly in mid-heaven, where it will be easiest to attune with. And it seems she has found one, near the final prayer in Eastern Thanalan. Okay. Eastern Thanalan. Oh, by the way, did you see the video I posted up today?
Oh, I saw the first part of the Hildebrand.
Yeah.
Zombie brand.
I'm excited. Honestly, part of me is kind of happy that Endwalker Relic's gonna require people to do Hildebrand.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how it's going to work with that.
I'm curious what the relics are gonna look like.
Yeah.
Because, like, if they're requiring Hildy stuff, like, it's gotta be joke weapons, right?
Could be.
I really
Maybe. Given the fact that they're still considered the relic weapons of Endwalker, it's part of me is thinking, yeah, they might still have some awesome look to them at some point.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, are you in game right now?
Yes.
Okay. Because, like, the closest we have in the game so far is stuff like these that I'm posting up in the free company chat.
Oh god, the kettle knuckles.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So yeah, joke relic weapons. I'm all on board. Here at last, I see. Bandits have kept poor Kimperane busy, harrying our camp since we arrived. I believe the old man enjoys the excitement, however. Certain it beats wiping the arse of a noble brat whoring away his uncle's fortune while dreaming of becoming a real Astrologian.
Shots fired.
She pulls no punches and gives no fucks.
Yep.
I am very well capable of wiping my own arse, thank you very much. Kimperane has never once complained of his duties. Of course he hasn't. Your uncle pays him to smile and nod. And I'm sure a comfortable position in the pillars beats chasing after cloud rats in the broom to flavor his soup. We're here to trade banter, my lady, because I was led to believe we'd be unlocking a celestial gate. We'll find Kimperane has a good many uses, and I haven't the faintest doubt that he will most ably handle any Arafians who happen to come stumbling about looking for prey. Now, Harris and Jenekinard. We must be patient and wait for the constellation to reach its highest and brightest point. Point at which its flow of ether is the strongest in relation to Heidelin. No, I don't want to target the Firefly.
But it's so pretty.
It is. That's why I don't want to kill it. Yep. There, Harris. The balance. Focus on the constellation and attune to its power. The balance represents the heaven of fire. A realm made prosperous by the blessing of the traders, but at the same time one whose equilibrium is maintained by the divine judgment of Azimuth, the Warden. Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
Azima's might will empower those who would take up their blades and meet divine punishment in the name of the Sun Goddess. And thus has the balance burned crimson in your heart, unlocking the gates to the second heaven. Now, let us speed ourselves to the next location, Little Alamika. Why so soon, you ask? Do you rather that I had you commit yourself to another several moons of using Malefics to put down hedge moles? I thought not. Yes, the balance, aka the one everyone would fish for back in the day, because it boosted DPS.
Ah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, way back when it was the sole, like, boosting DPS card.
Yeah.
So the Astro would want to draw that and give it to everybody. Can't see shit, Captain.
Oof.
Hello. Be patient, Harris. Allow the stars to make their ascent into mid-heaven. If they have, survey the skies and let the power run through you. Now I wait. Again. Raise your eyes to the stars and witness the violet glow of the spire. In the third heaven rises an iron tower spinning gears of taut springs, constructed by the builder himself. It is assailed without cease by the jealous Rhalgr. The destroyer's mighty 11 bolts only serve to power the spire's clockwork soul. It is through the blessings of both creation and destruction that strength is granted to he who sees his stars rise under this sign. Now open the gate, and its power is yours to command. Using the Arcana to draw upon the powers of the stars they represent, this path we walk as Astrologians is called the Royal Road. It can be treacherous and fraught with peril, but it can lead men to greatness. I'm starting to think Endwalker is just as much an Astro expansion as it is Paladin.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because, like, the variation on it we are utilizing was invented, or at least is big, in Sharlayan. Not to mention all this talk of, like, Azima and Rhalgr and whatnot.
Yeah.
Well, Rhalgr's more Stormblood, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Your realm is quite the paradox. On one hand, it is full of life, magic, and wonder, one of the richest lands on all Heidelin. On the other, it is literally brimming over with strife. Take little Alamiko, wretched souls displaced from their homes by the flames of war, or Ishgard, mired in its own pointless conflict with an enemy so old it does not even remember why it fights. Foolish believe that it is their fate to suffer, so they turn their gaze away from the stars. And those self-same stars have the power to show people there are many paths. That power can only be channeled by the few, like me and you, to a lesser extent Jenekinard. It is our duty to use that power to benefit those who remain lost or misguided. Remember that, and maybe one day you will truly become my grandfather's successor. That is exactly what I have been trying to tell the Astrologians of my home nation. Why disregard something that has the power to grant succor to the wounded? Power to uplift the downtrodden, to strengthen the weak. The answer to that is easy. Powering those without power lessens the power of those who already have it. Heal the weak so they might rise up and topple those who made them weak? Why would anyone in a position of power do that? Even our great nation of learning is corrupted by this manner of thought. We hoard our knowledge so that we might remain the brightest. Why do you think that it took so long for Professor Mace to visit you, Jenekinard? Yes, I know what he told you, but that was not the whole of it. Those of the ruling quarter did their damn stand in the way of my grandfather, worried that his passion for his field would kindle widespread interest in Sharlayan astrology. They only allowed him his recent trip, knowing that he was now too old to do aught of the sort. Fortunately, the ruling quarter did not realize I would be accompanying my grandfather. Harris, these past turns of the sun have been most fruitful. While you have opened half the heavens gates, Still much of what we like to refer to as the Royal Road ahead of you. But you've learned here in the southern deserts and transformed that knowledge into strength. If you wish to know more about the Royal Road, I suggest that you discuss it with Janekinard back in Ishgard. If my grandfather is to be believed, his time transcribing tomes back at the Studium Scriptorium should have left him more than capable of handling that task. Now back to Ishgard. You wish to know more of the Royal Road? I seem to recall it had something to do with reassessing the attribution of an arcanum before reading it, which would result in a slight alteration of predestination. Or perhaps it had something to do with the kings and queens on the minor arcana. It was over a decade ago. Four and 5. Okay, Astrologian level 40 quest, a lesson in patience. This is one I don't think I've done. Are you doing well, Harris? Then that at least makes 2 of us. I mean, why can't I keep such important news from you, Harris? Lady Lefeva and Kimperane, just last night they fell victim to another ambush at the hands of bandits. The ever-resourceful Kimperane proved its invaluable worth once again with a dashing display of chivalry that would shame any knight in the sea. A statement that attests to the sorry state of our knights. That is a chat we can have over a different cup of tea. When Lady Lefeva attempted to retire to a room at the filthy inn in the Broom, we had our sorely disused second floor cleared and furnished with trappings from my own home. She's up there now and asked to see you the moment you arrive. And away we go. And away we go. Hello. Wait, you don't seem at all surprised to see me here. Did Janekinard tell you of the attack? Damn the fool. After I told him to keep his mouth shut. I suppose I must bear some of the fault for ever thinking he could do as he was told. Just like that's him. I suppose you were wondering why I summoned you here to these makeshift chambers. And no, it has not to do with the bandit attacks. It appears are much more common in your realm than I thought. There are times when the heavens may provide you with a vision of a future that is slightly beyond your original aim. In these cases, the stars are not flawed, only out of order. So, by shuffling a card back into the deck, we are in no way ignoring or denying a future, merely postponing a reading intended for a later date and replacing it with something that better pertains to the present. I trust that you will pick up this technique swifter than Janekinard.
I mean, we already will graduate way past him, so.
Yay! I now have redraw.
Yep. Woohoo! Get a card you don't want, you can use that to shuffle back in and get another one. Hopefully one you can use.
Unless you're like me who just gets all the cards and just give it to you for DPS.
Magic up. Okay. Gotta make this a double because that was way too short.
Yeah.
Level 40 quest, Slings and Arrows. Are you ready, my pupil? Gate to the fourth heaven awaits. However, the location I have chosen for attunement will not remain the most optimal for long. We're to travel with Janekinard, and I will make the journey with Kimperane. There are no objections? Good.
I object.
Wait.
Overruled! Aww.
If it is Lady Laveva you seek, she just left with Kimperine for Limsa. If you make haste, you may still be able to catch them at the airship landing. Me? Much as I would like to indulge myself on the pillows of Rotano pleasure barges, there's a congress to be held in the vault. And all the prominent houses have been summoned. Presence at such an event would be sorely missed, so I fear this next lesson must needs proceed without me. I am certain though Lady Laveva will understand. I can always open the third gate another day. It was the fourth. Third or fourth. It is of no matter. Stars will certainly not be going anywhere.
And you sneak it out of class again.
Yeah.
Then again, he's already in over his head as far as the actual teacher is concerned.
Yeah. Okay, where am I going? Ethernet. Walker's Alley.
Giant plant man.
Hello, I am here. My lord, the Lady Laveva is missing. We disembarked the airship together, but became separated in the chaos at the landing. Seeing as how the lady has found herself the victim of bandit attacks twice since arriving in Eorzea, I fear she may be targeted once again, especially considering the location. This is my first time setting foot in Limsa, but I have been made aware of its landmark. I suggest we search independently so that we might cover more ground. I shall start with several of the seemingly more disreputable locations, such as the Drowning Months, the Estalicia, and the Missing Member. Would my lord be so kind as to search Fisherman's Bottom in the Coral Tower? Let's meet at the 7th stage once our survey is complete. Let's see. 7th stage, I believe... the spot just south of Coral Tower. Hey, Vikabi. 20-odd summers since I spilled from Mima's loins, and ain't once I ever heard the word Astrologian. On the span of 2 bloody bells, I gone and met myself not one, but an honest to goodness pair of live star goppers. Didn't see where the other fair-skinned lass buggered off to. One's is that, though, often end up on pleasure barges if you catch my drift. Alright. Now the Marauders go.
Yep.
Woohoo.
Howdy, Commodore. Another Astrologian? How odd. Not often that even our city-state, known for its diversity, welcomes a single reader of the stars through its gates, let alone 2, and in the same day, no less. Yes, I took a few moments from my duties to speak with her about the city-state. She seemed quite interested in our dealings with the Sahagin, the Serpent Reavers, and the Garlean Empire. I told her what I could, but she left after only a few moments. It was as if she thought she was being pursued. The Astrologian was gone before I could assign her a yellow jacket escort. There's 2 here. See anyone else up here, so the other one must be downstairs. Yep.
Yep.
Ooh.
You seen me a stuffy lass in a rum garb, poking her lovely head and nose where it weren't wanted. It's rare we get one so worldly down in the gurgling belly of the tower. I had to halt training to work out what the fuss was about. Maid inquired as to where she might find herself a nip or two some of the strong stuff, so I pointed her in the direction of our resident apothecary, Carvalane, over at the 7th stage. Well, what a coinkydink, I was headed over there anyway.
Yep.
Do.
Now we go Sooth. Hello. Lord, bear good tidings. Lady Laveva is scheduled to return here within a matter of bells. Seems she entered a contract with Carvalane for the purchase of several of the apothecary's wares. An interesting girl, that one. Very rarely do we see young maidens walk the Limincent streets without escort. And almost never do they come to me seeking, spice. Still, she did appear quite uneasy, as if being watched or followed. Suspicions, I must say, not uncommon in our fair city. Might she be in some manner of trouble? Those of you who agreed to speak with me at the Drowning Wench and the missing member claimed the same. My short stay in the Astalicia bore no fruit whatsoever. What were you able to find, my lord? Let's see. So we have ascertained that the lady is being followed, and that she is aware of the fact. If this is the case, I believe she will attempt to move somewhere she will be in plain sight of as many people as possible. Doubt that'll help in this town. Kidnappings and killings are conducted in broad daylight here. When they happen, most people just keep their heads down so as not to have them removed from their shoulders. Well, damn this town. My lord, I shall set out once more and try to locate Lady Laveva. There's still the chance she may return here on her own, so I ask that you remain in case she does. She's not arrived at the rendezvous point by the time of her scheduled meeting with Carvalane, and we shall both go to the one location that is most populated after the sun falls in Limsa, the Drowning Wench. Oh boy, solo instance.
Ooh, have fun.
Yep.
Slings and arrows. I have not done this one before.
Yeah, this one's actually kind of fun.
Yay.
Oh.
It appears that your companion is tied up. Not literally, I hope. Perhaps you should head to the wench and see if she is there like your friend believes. Though I fear that if she did not make it that far, you may never find her again. She's not alive. Worry not, my starry-eyed friend. If by chance she were to arrive here after your departure, you have my word that no harm shall come to her while she remains behind the 7th stage's doors. Inquire with town people about her whereabouts. Hello, random townsperson. Woman in black. Shrunk the woman standing before you. Hello. Hurrying off the High Line. Me.
Ah, crap.
I've been bamboozled.
Oh, guess not.
Yay, fake lady, leave us.
Yep.
Huh.
The next question is this actually her? Yep, that's her. Never mind. Ifrit's fiery piss.
Must get whacked by giant tentacles.
10 giant tickles. Me. There she is.
Yep. That was definitely not hard to figure out.
Yeah.
The fake one doing crap job at the real one. Damn obvious.
Lady Laveva, you have my apologies. It's my fault I allowed us to become separated. Do not blame yourself, Kimperain. Since danger at the landing, and it was my instinct to run, as I ever have. Forgot that I could trust you. Fortunately, by the time I realized such, there was no sign of you. So I did what I could to blend in. Using crowded places, speaking with as many locals as possible, all the while feeling there were unseen eyes watching my every move. By the time I realized that my pursuers were simply leading me away from you, I had already fallen, giving them the perfect opportunity to strike. Then that I witnessed several of the bandits had disguised themselves in garbs similar to mine. I assumed this was to confuse the three. 2 of you while you're still searching for me. It was then I conceived the idea to play the part of an imposter myself. I had in the shadows we can hide in plain sight. That's quite brilliant of you, Lady Laveva. I ask, were you at any time able to discern who these pursuers were? The amount of effort put into your capture would suggest they are more than mere pirates looking to sell you to slavers. Unfortunately, no. I wasn't about to walk up and ask them who they were or who had hired them. That is all behind us now. Let's see if we can salvage something from this horrible night. 4th gate ascends nearby, Harris. Shall we not see it made yours? To the anchor yard! Well, I'll be a barnacle and a kraken's arse. If it ain't the star-goppin' lassie come to scry us our fortunes. Tell us, which one of ye'll be dying first, like? The beet-red knight with a carp on his codpiece? The stern-faced venturer on his high hobby horse? Gosh, damn it, how many pirates are in this godforsaken hell? Yo! Yeah, just look over. Literally everyone in the Aetheryte Plaza. Yo! I knew it. I'm surrounded by pirates.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Come on. Serpent Reavist. Ooh, he's an Arcanist. He's also dead.
Yep.
Oh well.
Duty complete.
Alright.
Oh, it's you. The bandit from before. And got his ass whooped by a carbuncle. It's funny.
A Titan carbuncle.
Lay down them weapons or I'll cut the old man a new grin under his chin. I don't believe that actually worked. Nor can I. Then again, never have I fought someone so credulous. Well, let us do this as they do in the Fear Babes. You step over here, I let the man go. Easy peasy. Wait, I know you. You're the bandit leader who attacked Lady Leveva's grandfather in the Black Shroud. Someone has a good memory for being so on in years. Well then, this changes everything. First off, I can finally drop this annoying pirate accent. Secondly, I suppose I can simply kill you now rather than after pretending to let you go once the lady is drawn close enough. It's like, well, jig's up.
Mm-hmm.
Stop right there. Unhand that man or I'll have your head tarred and on the prow of a galley by cockcrow. First maniacal marauders, then feline fishes. Now the Commodore, the Swiventhalus... Take two. First maniacal marauders, then feline fishers, now the Commodore, the Thalassocratic Navy. How many more gods in this machine going to drop on me? How many more gods is this machine going to drop on me? Till next time, Lady Leveva. That was a weird bit of dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have my apologies. I was a fool to fall for the bandit's trick. Amazing. All my years, that was the first time I've ever seen that feigning death trick actually work. It's not a moment to be dwelling on our many failings. I have a dastard to apprehend. You'd be surprised how often people run after being told to stop right there. Lady Leveva, that pirate, she was the same bandit who... Yes, I know, and that changes little. I still have no idea who she may be or whom she may be working for. Not we can do until the Commodore brings the woman to justice, or until she decides to attack us again. What we can do is what we came here for, Harris's training. Now, look to the stars and behold the arrow. Ah yes, the TP drainer. The fourth heaven, the Heaven of Wind, was created atop a lofty peak by Oshan the Wanderer, whose footsteps have been guided by the Navigator. Wind that blows off Limlane seas guides the arrow fast and true, so it shall it deliver the weary souls of those trapped in the mire of confusion, indecision, and over-contemplation. The fourth heaven has opened its gates, allowing you access to its sacred penetralia. From this day forth, its power is yours to interpret and wield. Power will further aid you as you continue to hone your skills. Now, let us return to Ishgard. I have a few words for a certain student of mine who felt inclined to forego this particular lesson. Back to Ishgard.
Yeah.
So many flirt tanks.
Yeah.
And the fun thing, it's a love fell too. Hank, where are you going?
Enhanced stroke. Oh, that's what unlocks the seals. Okay. Ah, Harris. You might have had the decency to warn me that Lady Lefeva was in a mood with me for not joining. She seemed to think I was to blame for your misadventures. Why would that be? Not as if my being there would have prevented the bandits from attempting to abduct Lefeva. These being the same bandits who attacked you in the Black Shroud, which, by the way, is another location I was not at. This is plainly something far beyond our control. Furthermore, it's not as if I was merely sipping cordials and waltzing with baronets. I was helping further our cause. I spoke with several high-ranking cardinals about Lady Lefeva being granted the opportunity to speak at the vault regarding Charlian astrology. What do you think of that? I was politely turned down, of course, but it is the gesture. A gesture that will one day lead to a gesture, will one day lead to a head inclined slightly in the general direction of another gesture. Little steps, my protege, little steps. In other words, he's fucking useless.
Yep.
Now recording Astrologian Quest, level 45. You were right. Greetings. Your timing, my friend, is impeccable, for it just so happens that at this very moment I have need of your assistance. While our lovely Lady Lefeva has been out making herself a target for every cutthroat and cur in the realm, I have been focusing my efforts on our main objective. Training? Ha! There'll be enough time for training later. No, I speak of our ultimate goal of spreading knowledge of the Charlian School of Astrology throughout the Holy See. As you know, the Vault recently turned down my request to allow Lady Lefeva to speak before them. I am not one to be turned away so easily. No, I have a plan. I will entreat Chief Astrologian Forlamort to draw up an official recommendation. Vault will not so quickly dismiss the words of a man with such standing. Yes, I know mine uncle loathes me with a passion rarely seen even in young lovers. And there's really no reason why he would aid our cause, being a staunch opponent of change and all. It does not mean we cannot try, and if we fail, well, then we can try again, and again, and again, until he is so annoyed that he writes us the recommendation simply to see us out of his thinning hair. And by we, I mean you. Considering how red the Chief Astrologian became the last time I visited him, a reason it would be detrimental to mine uncle's health should I arrive at his place of research. We most certainly would not want him to fall ill or collapse before he penned us that recommendation. Just no shame on this asshole. Jesus. Alright. Now to go talk to Forlamort. Need her Forlamort. To the observatorium. Get fucking windy. Or from the inside, I think would be better. Hello, it me. Who do I see disturbing me this fine day but Janekinard's new manservant? Because you came here for this. Ah, that was easy. Jnekinard never ceases to amaze, does he? Only just allowed to have the nerve to ask me, for aid. But he then refuses to do me the common courtesy of accepting that aid in person. Ever the entitled little shite. More worried about his popularity amongst the fairer sex than how his actions disgrace his family's name. Not a slackjaw. Suppose you're wondering why in the world I, of all people, would agree to such nonsense. Well, it is simple. Allowing the heathen Astrologian to dig her own grave in front of the entire vault, and the Ishgardian Astrologian community will only serve to accomplish what I wish from the very start. Charlian astrology has no place in Ishgard, has no place in Eorzea, has no place in this world. It's dangerous and it serves no purpose but to take our eyes off what is truly important. Using astrology to free us from the dragon menace and assuring man's return to Halone's kingdom. Veva's dithering will only make it that much clearer. And Jnekinard, perhaps this will finally spell his downfall. He's only been allowed to continue this nonsense because he is harmless, too caught up in the luxury of being in line to Count de Durendare's title to actually put forth any real effort into furthering his cause. Charlian astrology is but an oddity, which he can boast about at balls to get him... Hold on. An oddity which he can boast about at balls to get him in bed with the slatternly maids of lower houses. His father has protected him thus far, but allowing him and this lady to speak, there'll be no brushing under the rug the shame this brings forth. Jnekinard will be finished. All these guys are jerks. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm back with your letter. Inform me right away once Chief Astrologian Furlamart has denied my request for a letter of recommendation, so we might begin to work on our next request. This cannot be. It is. Seal is Furlamart's. How did you... What did he say? No, wait. Mayhap it is better that I do not know. Well, this changes everything. I have to arrange another meeting with the vault. From the Cardinals to Durndare Manor. Neat wine, spare stuffed pheasant, stuffed goose, stuffed chocobo, bards, whole troop. Not to eat, of course. No, I fear I'll no longer be able to join you on Lady Lefeva's next opening of the gates. Do give her my regards, though, when you see her in Mordona. Get me out of here. Alright. See, I believe this is over by where we had the service for Moonbrita. At least in the general direction. I'm amazed any plant life can grow here. Oh boy! Solo instance. For once we were not the bandits' targets. Came across this young woman as she was being dragged into the hills. We drove her abductors away. I suspect they have already mustered the courage for a second attack. Good thing you and It is a good thing you arrived when you did. The girl claims she is a student at the Athenaeum and recently overheard Jnekinard mention we should be conducting another gate opening in Mordona. Journey here on our own in hopes of having the chance to witness your astromancy firsthand. I say we give her something to remember. Alright, fight time. Boop. Here you go, buddy. Here you go, buddy. Have a card. little bit of that. And a boop. And a boop. Pop. A bit more of this. About to say, and cue more behind us. Boop. There you go. Bop. God, what is with all these bandits? Uh-oh. Oh, that was nearly a fail right there. Hey, duty complete. Have my apologies, Lady Laveva. I did not think. Our only fault was an insatiable thirst for knowledge. A realm where one must apologize for being a victim is no realm worth living in. Why would those men attack me? I believe it is now quite obvious that these bandits were not meant for you, but for me. It seems that certain parties fear the spread of Charlian astrology. Stop it not to prevent it. Charlian constellation chart. Bandits. Must have been torn when they seized me. Here, you may take mine. I have the stars committed to memory. I don't know how I'll ever be able to... But I'll think of something. Just you wait. I will repay this kindness tenfold. Lady Laveva, you mentioned something about certain parties wanting to prevent the spread of Charlian astrology. Have you any idea who they might be? I do, but I shall require more proof before I can be certain. You and Harris should be able to assist me with that. However, as they say, first things first. We have a gate to open. The stairs. Which star is it? There, the Ewer. Focus, Harris. Focus and let the constellation's ether twine with your own. Said through the fifth heaven flows a mighty river, carrying the water spilled forth from the scholar's vessel. Aliak. In that water is the strength of all that have come before and all who will follow. Though spun from Nimia's loom, though from which might and metal is weaved. Now the power of the Ewer is forever yours. Forever shall it point you to victory. I cannot forgive our patron for skipping yet another of his lessons. I cannot deny that the passion hidden deep beneath all his posturing may have its uses. Word of our field is spreading and our inherent nature has begun to stir. Curiosity is proving the better motivator than skepticism and faith. Our time may come soon. Back to Ishgard. Sticks shoved up their ass. Hello. You're not telling me? Lady Leveva was attacked again. Knew it. Without a reading. Towns grow by the day. What's this you claim? Fellow Astrologian was moved by my words and went to witness the unlocking? That is amazing. Wonder who it could be, though. Certainly recall speaking in detail with a young, supple mind. Must find this woman and hold another special lesson with her. Lesson? Ah, that reminds me. Lady Leveva asked me to teach you a new technique before you had to open the fifth heaven's gate. You have already gone and done. It appears you were able to overcome your ordeal without it. Yes, exactly according to my lesson plan. Still wish me to teach you the technique? Very well then, though I do not really see the point. Because it's a fucking AoE spell, you jackass. Astrologian Quest Level 50, Loved by the Sun. Lady Leveva tells me you're nearly ready to open the sixth and final gate. Yes, I said final. We all know there are 7 heavens, but opening the 7th is impossible. Well, except upon death, of course. An attempt to attune to the pulsar would be sheer madness and most certainly spell your doom. But look at me now, even now attempting to tutor the great Harris when it is obvious your talent far surpasses mine. Forgive me. Lady Leveva has yet to depart for the location of the final gate. Doubtless, she fears yet another bandit attack. But whatever the reason, she remains on the 2nd floor and has asked that you visit her at your earliest convenience. Hello. We've come far since that fateful day our paths first crossed in the Black Shroud. Now here we are, on the cusp of your attunement with the 6th heaven. Time truly waits for no man, does it? Before we set forth on this task, I wish to teach you of a technique known as synastry. By temporarily joining your fate with that of companions, they will reap the star's benefit, as do you. As a passable journeyman astrologian, you already wield sufficient control over ether, and you only focus it upon establishing a bond with your chosen ally to achieve synastry. And double quest. Yay. Alright. Level 50 Astrologian Quest, Spearheading Initiatives. Believe you're ready to attune with the final constellation. The location of the next lesson is actually not far. Seem your travels have taken you to Camp Dragonhead. Excellent. I, as always, will go out and make my final readings. Each of our previous outings are any indication, the bandits which harry us will most certainly jump at this opportunity. I would have Kimperine scout the area ahead of time and report any suspicious activity to the knights garrisoned at the camp. Let someone else bloody their hands for a change, I say. Feel free to tell Janekinard of our plans. We do not doubt he already has some of his own. You the piece of shit. Hello. Lady Leveva has already departed? And then she must have left from the window, for I did not see her use the front door. Dare say that means we will be traveling alone. Of course I'll be attending. Why wouldn't I be? Because you dodge lessons like a monk dodges everything. And oh, look, another instance. Harris and Janekinard. Well then, it appears giving my constellation map to that Astrologian and Wraithfrost was unwise, as my readings for the location of the sixth heaven have proven slightly off. However, a second calculation has shown that we are close. The optimal location lies just to the north of here in a derelict tower known as the Steel Vigil. You've the look of the learned about you. I ask if you've seen the star map before. It was on the person of an Astrologian who came to us seeking help after being attacked. Uh-oh. That is my map, the one I gifted the Astrologian and Wraithfrost. You mean to tell me she was set upon again? Your map? Then I'm going to have to ask you to accompany me for questioning. The Astrologian claims she wrested this chart from one of her assailants before escaping their grasp. Lady Leveva, why would you assault the selfsame woman you risked your life saving? Because she did not, my lord. Why would you even think something so foolish? This must be some sort of misunderstanding. As present at the assault, we saved the young maid of which you speak from a party of bandits. Lady Leveva gave her own constellation map to replace the one damaged by her assailants. Lord Harris here is also witness to these proceedings. Well, we have our own witnesses who say otherwise. Until we can have a trial and an adjudicator who can pass his judgment, this Leveva will have to come in for questioning. She herself has admitted the map is hers. It's all right, I have naught to hide. Arguing here will not bring us any closer to the truth. If anything, I wish to confront this woman who would bring false accusations against those who saved her life. Very well then, take me where you will. I'll answer all of your questions and you will soon learn who is spouting falsehoods. My friends, you need not worry over much, for I shall be in the company of temple knights, where no harm might befall me. I will return once I have proven my innocence. Except you're not going to. Because they don't want you here. It's like, No harm, quotha. The knight was the selfsame Astrologian whom we saved in Mordona. The Astrologian who now claims we attacked her. Are you saying the Astrologian was a temple knight? No. Listen, my lord. I'm saying that the Astrologian is no more an Astrologian than she is a knight. I'm saying we have been played, fallen victim to a ruse that has landed Lady Leveva in the hands of those who have been attempting to kill her since she set foot in Eorzea. Then you are saying she won't be safe in the presence of those temple knights. Those weren't temple knights, my lord. However, they were wearing the colors of our knights most heavenly. And if we were to assault them near this heavily garrisoned Camp Dragonhead, we'd be stuck full of arrows before anyone asked us why we even drew our blades. But we must shadow Lady Leveva's captors and wait for an opportunity to take her back. How exciting. Can I take point? No? Of course not. You know, I thought it was weird when they had a human in the group. Maybe put the sword away for right now? Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious. Yeah, I gotta take care of that guy. Problem solved. Boop. Sneaking, sneaking. All right, who's next? Going around. And boop. Come on. Bonk. God, how much longer is this going to go on? Just picking them off one by one. Are we far enough away that now that we can just go get him? There's an airship. And there's some dude. Just as I expected. These fools have led me straight to the answers I've sought since my arrival in this backwoods realm. If I'm not mistaken, my trusted companions should be arriving right about... Now, I'll be taking this. The moment you lift off in that airship, the whole land will know you are not the true Temple Knight, and you will be made to answer for your crimes. Once we're in the air, it will not matter what anyone knows, you fool. We'll not be returning once we have slain you and your friends. No one shall stand in the way of my fate, especially not some dog's body of the forum. What? Wait, what? Wait, they're trying to bring her back to Charlian? Duty complete. Of course, I knew the Temple Knights were false, recognized the Astrologian we saved almost immediately, but it's insulting that they believed I would not. I also knew that they would lead me to the true perpetrators if I played along, fully aware that you loyal three would follow. I am pleased that you also knew that we would somehow crawl out of our way out of that little tussle with our lives. That was uncertain for the most of the journey. Although certain Harris would make it, but the stars have already told me he would unlock the 6th gate here at the Steel Vigil. The very location we ended up at, despite our unexpected ordeal. Your fate, Janek Kennard? I never bothered reading it, for I thought you would skip this lesson like you have every other one. Harris, gaze upon the night sky and open your soul to the final constellation, the Spear. Spear. Spear is the gate to the 6th heaven, where the Fury resides in a palace of ice carved by her own spear. Ice formed of moonbeams collected by the lover Menfina. Spear fills us not only with the power to overcome our enemies, but also the compassion that is necessary to grant those same enemies mercy. Now that power is yours, to see directed to those whose fates require it. It is done. You've attuned yourself to the 6 lower heavens. Now that you know their strength, the true journey begins. Yay! Fickle with their information. Have my congratulations, Harris. What has taken me more than 15 summers to accomplish, you have done, and more in a matter of moons. But our time together has taught me that, despite what we may believe they are, we all have our roles, and each role is just as important as the other. Without taking both Kimperain and you under my wing, would have never saved Leveva from her assailants. Meaning, in a way, I saved Lady Leveva. Not that I want to take all the credit for such heroism. So what's all this about? Or shall I take credit for this missive that never would have been discovered were it not for me taking you and Kimperain under my that cold stare. It fits this godforsaken place. Point taken. Let us break the seal and see what we... Why, it's handwriting. Many a time before. It's mine uncle's. That would mean the highest-ranking Astrologian in all Ishgard has been attempting to assassinate us. If the tribunal were to hear this, he would be hanged. The hanging will only earn us another ill-tempered Orthodox Astrologian unwilling to open his eyes to the benefits of our discipline. No, we can use this missive to our advantage. As long as this remains in our hands, so too does the Chief Astrologian. Are you saying we should use the missive to blackmail Voldemort? I am saying we merely grant the Chief Astrologian his life in exchange for a little assistance in furthering our just and noble cause. No more, no less. You see, we're quite the devilet, my dear. Very well, we'll summon mine uncle to the astroscope, where we can present him with our offer. So basically, the jackass has been going out of his way just to prevent change. That's why I hate this place. Now we wait. Why must you insist on pestering me, Janekinard? Give you your letter, now leave me be. But that would not be the only letter you've written lately, would it? Perhaps you recall a certain letter to the Forum. A letter carried by a party of less than savory characters who attempted to kidnap Lady Leveva and deliver her to the Charlians. Not to mention kill me, my manservant, and my good friend Harris here. You may have forgotten is currently an honored guest of House Fortomp. Letter drawn up and signed by none other than you, Nuncle. Oh, but do not presume to misunderstand us. We wish neither your disgrace nor your death, at least not at our hands. In fact, we wish very little from you. Not, you might say, in the sense that you are to never again use your influence to hamper our efforts at spreading Charlian astrology here in Ishgard. Involve yourself no more in the affairs of me or my guests, and your secret remains safe. I will even forgive you for trying to have me murdered. If, that is, you give me your word. It's not as if you left me with much choice. You have my word, but know that silencing me will not make your nonsense any more accepted in the vault. There are others who would see you fall, others who care little whether or not I speak my piece. We are fully aware of the peaks we have left to scale. However, we will not let that discourage us. I've been shown a path that I altogether plan on walking. The stars shall guide my way. Stars foretell many things, my dear. Not even the best readers can see them all. Do not forget this. So we have silenced him. To hear him tell it, he was the least of our worries. And since we got the clothes, I assume that's the end of this questline. Stars at our faults. Okay, not quite. There's still one more. So it's a severe giant exclamation point hovering above his head. Funny. Now that Forlamort has so graciously agreed to discontinue in his meddling in our affairs, I believe we may find our peers and colleagues more receptive to our proposals. Perhaps I shall begin with another trip to the vault to inquire about them reconsidering my petition to grant Lady Leveva the opportunity to speak with the Conclave. We all have our strengths, Janekinard. None will deny yours is convincing seemingly sane people to do your bidding. Harris here is a testament to that. I look forward to hearing of your progress. As for myself, there's still some questions I need answered. The first being, how exactly did Forlamort come into contact with the Charlian assassins? Kimbrain, attend me. Wish to visit Foundation and learn if there have been any sightings of suspicious foreigners. Might I suggest that Harris do the same here at the Observatorium? Perhaps a second call on our new ally will help mine uncle recall aught he may have pretermitted in the heat of the previous moment. I think I almost made a mistake there. Hello. 7 hells. Rue the day I ever see another Charlian. Please, I've done all you asked. What more do you want from me? Blood? Or are you simply here to boast? Or mayhap you wish to know how the Charlians came to be involved in my scheme? Ha! Thought as much. It was so important, why didn't your Lady Leveva ask me earlier? Head is so far in the stars she failed to see what unfolds around her on the ground. Truth is, it was never my scheme in the first place. It was the Charlians. They came to me not long after Professor Mace's ship was diverted to Thanalin. Yes, I said diverted. Pirates in the Strait of Merlthor magically manipulated storms off the Rotano. All were staged to prevent your friends from ever arriving. When they did, the Charlians were forced to change their plans. It required help hiring local hands discreetly, a thing they could not do as foreigners. I agreed to lend them my aid because I felt we both stood to benefit from the disappearance of Janekinard and that foul chit. Here's a word I haven't heard before. Hello. Chief Astrologian. There's rarely a day when he isn't meeting with visitors from across the realm and beyond. But this past moon he's been entertaining guests with very distinct markings on their faces. I asked Lord Forlamore whence they hailed, and he only answered, the north. Charlians came to him. It can only mean, then, that my uncle was only a pawn in a much larger game. A game that began long before we ever became involved. Think back, Harris. Bandits in the Black Shroud. And those pirates you described that attacked you in Limsa Laminsa. All that strange facial markings, as did our false astrologian. Not much, but perhaps Lady Leveva will be able to make more sense out of it all. By the time we have spent together, I have this feeling she has yet to be completely honest with us. But look at me. Beloved relative tries to have me killed, and the next day I begin doubting everyone. A sad, sad state of affairs. Perhaps to clear my head I should call in that fine young Viscountess visiting House Hyanart from her family stead in the Eastern Highlands. This information on Forlamore's associates should be relayed to Lady Leveva immediately. If you'd be so kind, I recall them saying they'd be questioning Highborn in the Pillars. Hello. Lord, you able to learn anything of import at the observatorium? Lord Forlamore was not the one to hire the Charlians. Lady Leveva will want to know. Lady Leveva? Lady Leveva? She was right here. We must find her. I would not think any harm could come to her here in the center of the Holy See. Then again, that is what we believed back at Camp Dragonhead. I shall search the Hoplon, but I ask you to search in the opposite direction near the last vigil. Hey, it's Artuarel. How you doing, big man? Cool. Me. Old World Astrologian. You're not her. I'm sorry. I think you've mistaken me for someone else. She got taken again, didn't she? Harris, you were speaking with Kimperane. Someone approached me from behind and placed a dagger to my back. No choice but to be led silently away. Luckily, my assailant let down his guard when we arrived in the shadows, and I was able to deliver him a swift kick to the groin. Atta girl. I've been running ever since. So Forlamore wasn't the architect of the scheme to drag me back to Charlian after all. I had my suspicions, fooled to believe they would simply let me leave. Do you recall when I mentioned there were people in the old world intent on hoarding our nation's knowledge? Well, it appears that my efforts to train you in Janekinard have attracted their ire. Harris, allow me to apologize. I've not been wholly frank with you about my reason for visiting Eorzea. Truth is, I came here because of my father. My father dreamed of rekindling the Holy See's interest in Charlian astrology, believing that it would be of great benefit to the embattled people of Ishgard. He came here several moons after I was born, intending to remain for only a season. However, he never made the return journey. His dream was left unrealized and his newborn daughter left without a father. Never once did I meet him, but every night when I looked to the stars, I know that those are the same skies he too gazed upon. Same skies he used as his strength and guide. Only natural that I follow in his footsteps, but of the objections from my mother, who did not wish to see her only daughter lost as well. Here I am in Eorzea, almost 2 decades later, pursuing a dream my father never lived to realize. A dream that has now become my own. Now someone is trying to stop me. Just let them try, I say. Just let them try. Lady Laveva, maiden of your beauty should not wander off without an escort. Monsters hide even in the shadows of the pillars. Maiden! Flattery will earn you nothing, Jen Ekenard, but I will accept it nonetheless. Tell me, what did the vault say to our proposal? They accepted it. You've been given official permission by the Holy See to conduct a symposium on the wonders of Charlian astrology. You as our guest speaker. Now come, we must hurry back to the Athenaeum and begin our preparations. More than 15 summers to make ready for this moment, and now I only have a matter of days. That's a warm bed in which to reheat it. Lorraine, if I must. To me, like someone's fallen in love. Bing, bing, bing. Ah. Ding, 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 ding. Harris, this has been a most beguiling past few moons, I must say. Oh, wait. I must say, I truly did not expect the turn my fate has taken. I suppose that speaks much to my capacity as a reader of the heavens. I am not blind to what goes on in Foundation, so I will not claim that my life is in any way difficult. It does not mean I do not have my fair share of troubles, however trivial they may be. Being anything but first in line to a countship is not all whores and rainbows. There's a phrase for you. Count only truly cares about his newly appointed heir. Just like the rest of my family. Expect great things from him. Me, they expect nothing. For a long time I tried to prove that I could be as great as my cousin. Why I went to Charlian. Why I have tried to do things I had no business even trying. And once I realized no one was looking, I simply stopped caring. Actions becoming more and more outlandish. But at the end of the day, that's what everyone expected. But then you two walked through that door and helped me realize that maybe life is more than the coffin that has been fitted for me. Maybe the fate I believed was mine was not mine at all. For helping me see that, Harris, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Me. Hey.